ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are live. Let me make sure.
Yeah, gotta check that. Let's see.
That's what I'm doing right now.
It says live over here.
I think we're live, man.
We are live.
We're live. And we got 3 people in the chat.
Already.
Hey, man, I think Edwin, how you doing, sir?
I am great, Rod. How are you, man? It's been a good week for me, sir.
I am happy to be back.
I'm happy to have you back, man. Happy to have you back.
Thank you, sir. Mother-in-law, little progress. I thank God for that. And that's all I gotta say for now. That's a little bit. It comes a long way. So, you know.
Yep.
And we have a very special guest. This guy, I remember his channel was like 10, 0, 5, whatever. And now this homeboy here, Mr. Mark, Asian Funk Comic, is in the house. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here. Just want to, thank you for giving me like my first shout out and just basically like, introducing me to the community. Like without that shout out, I would not have been like, because it's hard. It's hard to start a YouTube channel from scratch. So I just want to say thank you.
Hey, man, no problem, man. Now, the cat sold me. I'm a cat lover. I'm a dog lover. And the cat sold me. I was like, homeboy is the man.
Should have saved him for later.
Hey, let's see who's on the chat right now. All right, we got 6 people. Let's see who we got here. Mr. JB, Discovery Bay Comics. Thank you, sir. We got Zachary Keys. Thank you.
Zachary Keys.
Oh, Keys, sorry. We got Mr. Comic Geek McD.
What up? What up?
Always, we have our homeboy Perry Comics in the house. Mr. Bake the Snake. What's up, homie? Mr. Caleb, the Comic Smurf. He is the man. He had a great show with Comic Time. And who else we got here, man? We got the great man, Steve Whiting, in the house. And of course, Comic Book NYC. Wow, thank you, sir, for joining us tonight. Man, it keeps going on. Mike Johnson, what's up, bro? Oh man, that was some quick shout outs there.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, what's up? What's up to everybody in the chat tonight? Thank you for showing up. Thank you for taking your time to be with us on Coast to Coast.
Thank you. Even though we're short one man, we're short Jeffrey Comic-Hand. We from the coast, but we got Mr. I got smacked in the eye by a bug. I hope it wasn't a mosquito because mosquitoes don't like me. Jeez, man, that's what happens when you're in Florida.
That's right.
Anyway, we bring another coast guy. We got Mr. Asian Funk Comics, sir. So,
no mosquitoes over here.
No mosquitoes over here. Yeah, man. So, there's a lot of people been sleeping on a combo. What do you think, guys?
Oh, I know what comic you're talking about, man.
I think you know too. You've done a review about it already.
Oh, it's one that I've been pushing for a while.
You got me on it.
Yeah.
And then I told Mark here. I said, Mark, get him, read it, do something. Oh, he read it. He stood awake all night, probably like this morning, probably. He read it like 25 times.
I was like, oh, I better read this again. No, it was good. I was just like, it's funny because like the title doesn't really tell you anything, so it's hard to be like, what's it about, right? But like, once you start getting into it, I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, man, that's how we do here. So let's kick it off. We got this chick NAOMI, right? So if you could turn the pages, I'm sure you got the book, right?
NAOMI.
Yep.
That's it right there, man. Number 1. NAOMI number 1.
That book is hot right now. Lucky if you could find it. Man, I told Mark, I said, go find it. And then I told Edwin, I said, Mark is going to try to find it. And Edwin texted me. He said, good luck.
Yeah.
Yep. They were sold out.
Yeah, man.
Were you able to, did you find it, Mark?
No, it was there. They had in stock when I went for New Comic Book Day, and I was like, all right, I'll come back for this later. And then I came back 2 days later, it was gone.
It was gone.
Yeah. So it's people are picking it up, which is good.
Well, if you look at the chat, there's a bunch of people that's sleeping on it. Of course, Perry's been sleeping on it. Even Comic Book NYC said, I haven't bit on Naomi yet. I'll wait. He's waiting for the trade. All right.
Well, hey, Comic Geek McD says I have Naomi issues 1, 2, and 3 in his giveaway. So he's going to be doing an update show. So go check out that. Get on this train, this Naomi train. Because before we get into the review, I looked up on what is it, comicron.com, which kind of shows you like the print runs on books. And they don't have number 3 yet, but number 1, number 2 are super low print runs. So, for a brand new character that Brian Michael Bendis is pushing with a really low print run, I mean, that has all the elements of being a book that's going to explode. I'm hoping. So number 1 only had a 25,000 print run.
Wow.
Which, you might think, dang, that sounds like a lot, but a lot of these books nowadays are in like the 50 to 75,000 print run. So this is super low. And then number 2, which is just exploded too because of number 3, has an even lower. It's at 15,000.
Oh, wow.
So there's not many of them out there.
Yeah, man. So
I wonder why that is. Are they just kind of trying to see if people are going to start picking it up, and then maybe like by issue 4, they'll like increase the print run?
Maybe. Usually, so what happens with number 1, it has whatever the print run is. And number 2, they'll drop the print run because not as many people ordered it. And then they'll kind of base it off of that. And number 3 might have gone up or down depending on how, number 2 did. But the number 1's already going to a second print, I want to say, or a third, one of the 2.
I think it's 3rd.
I think it's a 3rd print. So it's a book that's doing really well.
Let us know, chat. If you're watching this, is it a 3rd or 2nd print?
Yeah, Mike Johnson says getting 1st and 2nd print. So, but yeah, just kind of wanted to push that out there. And I'm looking at sales online too for Naomi, and it's looking like raws are going for 20 to 25. I don't know if you guys have looked that up on eBay.
I was on eBay looking at it, but I didn't know it was running for that much. So I saw like $10, $15 for shipping, something like that.
And you got to remember that.
So
that number 1 had a B cover too, right? So there's 2 covers for it. So that 25,000 print run, that's split between 2 books.
Oh, I did not know that. So
yeah, I like that B cover.
Yeah, the B cover is nice. It kind of shows off like her, I don't want to say fetish, but like her love for Superman. Like she digs Superman.
Yep, it's an obsession.
It's upset. Thank you, an obsession. Yeah, that's awesome, man. But let me know what. So go ahead, Rod. Tell us about Naomi number 1.
I guess we'll just break it down here. Just got a bunch of I guess teenagers type of thing here going on. They're like, oh my God, what's going on here? Just everyone's texting. That's what just what it is nowadays. And of course, Edwin has the book. He can flip through the pages if he wants. And then we just see this thing that just happened out of nowhere. And if no one doesn't know what happened, there it is right there. We just see Superman with who's the villain again, Edwin?
Mongol.
I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, it's such a weird name for a villain.
And
Mongol.
And again, it's like everyone is texting, but Naomi, she misses everything.
Yep. But they talk about how this fight in this town only lasted 17 seconds.
Yeah.
But to a town that nothing ever happened, 17 seconds is, forever. Could have been like an hour, 2 hours, but it's incredible for them.
Because this is a very small town too. I'm trying to figure out. It was actually 17 seconds. Yep, in a small town. But then it's like, she's just hanging out, just reading at the newspapers, trying to pinpoint all this stuff. And then, Superman here, Superman there, Daily Planet. And you know,
what she talks about is how she's upset. Like she looks it up on Google, and nobody talks about Superman in her town, that Port Oswego. Like she says, I looked it up everywhere and nothing. We're not even a footnote in what happened. And everybody else they're still so excited about, Superman was here, but she's the only one really diving deep into what, why isn't anybody talking about Superman being here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting because like that B cover is actually like the first panel in issue 1, right? So it sets the tone for like she's actually like really sharp, and like it shows that, like, did she figure out that Superman's Clark Kent? And I was like, I couldn't remember if they had like announced that somewhere, but I was just like, how did she, like, she must have figured that out somehow. So I was like, all right, she's probably really sharp. But yeah, I just thought like that was a quick, easy way to find out, just like she's into like research and investigating that kind of stuff,
Yeah, definitely.
That's a very good point. I didn't even think about that in that perspective. That's pretty decent.
Yeah, because if you look at that B, the B cover, you see underneath the pictures like Clark Kent with that question mark. So she's really thinking about who is Superman when everybody else is just, enamored with he's Superman, he's the best. She wants to know who this person is.
Yeah, so we just see her at the at the diner and all that, and then something happens. She runs out there, and he's back.
But she misses it. She missed it again. She missed it.
And everyone's out there just snapping pictures with their phones and stuff like that.
Superman comes back because if you read a little bit earlier in the book, one of her friends is kind of like, well, is he going to help us fix this? Or is, and everybody, well, he's Superman. He's got Superman things to do. And she's more like, is he going to fix this, or is he going to help us pay for this stuff? Because the town kind of got destroyed in these 17 seconds or whatever that main street is. And then he comes back, I guess the next day to pick up a few of the vehicles. They got flipped over. And then that same friend is like, okay, he's cool. He's Superman.
Yeah, just
for coming in and helping.
That's one vehicle.
Well, no, she says that he picked up 2. He picked up a van and he picked up a truck or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's cool to think about that, because usually we read these comic books and these heroes and villains have these huge fights, and you never really know, like, oh, well, who's gonna fix all this? It's just the next issue. Oh, everything's fixed. Okay, it's all good. But in this one, they kind of touch on it a little bit, like, hey, what the heck is gonna happen now? This road is destroyed, and Superman actually comes back to kind of help them out a little bit.
That's a very good point, because it's like you see Batman out there and his freaking Batmobile blowing crap up, and Gotham City is destroyed, and no one fixes it. It's like, all right,
yeah, well,
that's
the thing, right? Like, if Superman has like super speed, right? Like, don't you think he would just like fix everything like real fast?
Right.
I'm just saying, like, the best you can do is just lift a couple of things. Like, I think you can do a little more than that. I was just thinking, like I bet he could fix everything pretty quick. I was like, all right, he's not going to do it. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like Flash, like, well, okay, you can fix everything within seconds, but
yeah, do it real quick.
So then we just find her. This is, I guess, is her psychologist or a teacher. We find NAOMI hanging out there, just talking and just venting, pretty much.
I'm making a prediction right now that therapist. Okay, because I'm just saying, 3 issues in, right? I'm making a prediction right now that therapist is going to be someone important.
Probably.
You think so?
I'm thinking so. I'm just like, why give? Like, she had like a couple of pages, and I was like, okay, she's probably someone important, Like, there's got to be something there, because like this whole story is about like her past and stuff. So I'm like, she's obviously been talking to this therapist for a while. So I'm just saying there might be something there.
And she says it while they're talking. She's like, Naomi, you've been coming here for a while.
Yeah.
Now that you're older, we can talk about things at a different level.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's more people in this town that know about Naomi and her past than, you know, they're letting on right now.
But I was looking at the pictures here, like right here, she's holding the pen, and she's like, and that's bothering you, like, you know, it's like, really. So I just like, you know, maybe Mark is right, man. Maybe there's something else going on here we don't know about. She's just yeah.
And she even brings it up, like you have this Superman complex, or you're obsessed with Superman, and it's probably because you're adopted and he's adopted too. So it's this, yeah, she might know more than she's letting on right now. It's really early, you know, we're only at issue 3, so they haven't really showed everybody off or what's going on. But yeah, Mark, you might be onto something there, man.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, because like everyone in this town's like really weird, like as in like they're not like, they're always like dodging her questions, so it makes me feel like, is the whole town in on something?
Right.
So yeah.
So let's take.
And maybe that's why she looked, when she looked up Port Oswego on Google and she didn't find anything.
Oh,
you know, it could be one of those towns that nobody knows about. Nobody. It just so happened that Superman flew in here in a fight, so nobody knows.
Yeah. That was pretty dope. I didn't even think about that part either, man.
We're just throwing ideas out there, man.
No, that's the thing.
Throwing ideas.
You're the one that put me on the book, but then you start throwing little small things. I'm like, damn it! You know what the heck? That is.
And this is the thing that I like really hated about the first 3 issues. Like I have all these questions, and I want them answered like right now, and it's just like they just keep introducing more questions, and I'm just like, what about that one thing? What about that? You know, like kills me.
Or they'll answer like one question, but then they give you 2 more. It's like, come on. What is going on? What is going on?
All right, hold on here. I just gotta make sure my wife is safe. She just
while you're doing that, so you know, they continue on. I guess she's out in the woods with a bunch of her friends, and then somebody brings up that this has happened before. Like I guess she heard from her parents that there was another superhero that came down, or there was another fight in the town before, and she asked like, oh, when was that exactly? And then and nobody knows. Again, she asked the town, do you know about this? Like, what? When? What are you talking about? I don't know, you know? So we get more questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You guys ever see that movie, The Truman Show, with Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey, yeah.
That was old.
That's what I was exactly. Well, so am I. But that's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, what if like this whole town, like I said, is in on something, and the only person who doesn't know is Naomi, right?
Right. They're like all actors.
Exactly. I was like, everyone's answering her the same way, just giving her like the runaround, like, you know, like giving her half answers. And I was just like, these people are weird. Like, what's going on here, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows, man? I mean,
and it's a super small town because they all know her. And even like when she finally gets to the mechanic, she knows him by name and he knows her by name. But she says, we've never really talked before, have we? This is the first time that we've ever said 2 words to each other, but they know each other's names. So it's a super small town.
At least a little bit, you know, at least bump into each other, or, you know, but you're right though, Edwin. I'm sorry.
It's a super small town. And she finally gets, you know, she's walking around after she's asked a bunch of people. And then she even asked her friend. And this goes back to that Truman thing you were talking about. Like he had that friend that would always show up with the beers. Like if something was
someone's
wrong,
always watching her. Someone's always watching her, making sure she doesn't go out of line.
So the friend would show up like, hey, you want to drink these beers? And that's her friend in this one. Like if she's ever freaking out, it's this friend with the pink hair shows up to try to kind of like guide her back on the path she's supposed to be. Like, stop asking these questions. Damn, Mark, you exploded my head, dude. Now I'm thinking about this even more. Wow, man.
Well, no, it's real funny though, because like I made some notes, right? I was like, I haven't even said anything on my notes yet. Like everything so far has just been like, I was like, I wonder how this is gonna go. And it's like as you're breaking down each panel, I'm like, oh man, I'm thinking about this. Now I'm like, I gotta like read it all over again.
And that's the thing when Edwin makes me just like I can read the book, but Edwin makes me like, damn it, I did not read it. I got to go back and read it. That's why at times I'm like, wait a minute, okay.
I'm trying to analyze it, man, because it's a brand new character that Bendis is pushing, but there's more to this character. Why is Brian Michael Bendis pushing this character so hard? And I think it's because DC is really going to try to push her to be something huge.
And you've said it that it's you think it could be like a Miles Morales before. You've said it on your channel.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Like this could be it could be the Miles Morales of DC. Like they're really going to push her to that. So
yeah, I'm still waiting for that big reveal, right? Like 3 issues in, and I'm still like, okay, what is it, right? Like there's something. They keep like they build it up and then they don't tell you what it is, and they build it up again and they don't tell you what it is. So it's like it's killing me.
Well, you think you get a little bit of it, right? So at the end of 1, she meets the mechanic.
Yep.
And she finally asks him like, how long ago was this that there was a fight? Because the mechanic is the only person that finally tells her, this happened before, and it was on whatever he says the date, March 17th or whatever, March 14th, 17 years ago. Well, that was the day I adopted, and he says, I know. So he knows more than he's letting on, and she turns around, and of course that's when we get the close. Got to wait till the next issue.
And the thing was, I was like looking at his tats. You know, I was like, now I'm like doing like Edwin investigating. I was like Edwin mode. I was like, what? His tats got to do something or say something, and I was like, well, I can't pinpoint it. You know, looks like I
can't really tell what he has, what the tattoos are. But I bet you there's something in these tattoos that'll come out like 10 issues from now. And you're like, oh, snap, that was in issue 1. And now we're seeing it. So, dude, issue 1 had me hooked. The day it came out, I remember I picked one up and I read it. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then I went down on my way to school. I went to another comic shop and I picked up another issue. I said, this is one that I have to have 2 of.
Hey, Edwin, is this a weekly issue that comes out or is it monthly?
No, it's monthly, man. It's only coming out every month.
That's the worst.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Gotta wait.
Especially when you're spoiled with this Avengers No Road Home. If you've been reading it, it's every week. So you don't have to wait long for the next part of the story.
Can't be worse than waiting for this.
Oh, yeah, man. You bring it up every time, dude. Every time, man.
I like to piss off everyone.
Oh, God. Kills me.
But oh man.
Did you want to say hi to anybody in the chat? I know we don't have Jeff, but go ahead, Rod. You're the next Jeff.
All right, let's do it. So we have here in the chat, we got, of course, Mr. Perry's in the house. We got Carolina Chris, number 26 is in the house. Thank you, sir, for joining us. He has a channel too. Follow him. Mr. Boatwright, Family and Comics. Just ran into this guy at the shop this past Wednesday with my homie, and he was picking up some stuff. So hey, thanks, Jim Boatwright. And Caleb, what's up, brother? Mr. Smurf.
Yeah. And we got John Ryan in the house. Yep. What's up, John Ryan? And Biggie Shaq.
Biggie Shaq, yes, sir.
Biggie Shaq in the house. Biggie Shaq is waiting for me to pull down the Intercontinental title. I know he always is.
But you have the real deal.
But I got the real deal. I won it in a ladder match against Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels. I don't know if you knew that.
He has a little the little leprechaun guy. That's the one he's holding on. But that's how we do here, man. We like to have some fun. Yo, look who's in the chat, Fuchsia.
Oh, Fuchsia only. What's up, Fuchsia?
Thank you, dear, for joining us tonight. You got to bring your other half. Tell her to join us tonight.
Hey, so Mark, man, on a scale, let's just do 1 to 5. What would you give that NAOMI number 1?
1 to 5. I'll give it a solid 4. You know,
Yeah.
Like it's always hard when you start like from scratch, right? So I think in terms of like world building and like still keeping like a lot of questions unanswered, I'll give it a 4. It's a good 4.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. You know, they give you enough. They give you enough of the story to kind of, you know, to make you want to read the next issue. I think the artwork was really nice inside. I don't know exactly who the artist is.
But
it's Jamal Campbell.
Yep. Jamal. Okay.
Yep.
So the artwork's nice. The story's really good.
Yeah, the artwork's real clean. Like I was just telling Rod before we started that like his stuff, like he can make like really boring stuff, like scenes look real like fantasy looking. Like it just looks real nice. And then like he puts so much detail. Like I'm always like constantly like looking closer and being like, I didn't notice that before.
Right.
So,
dude, just go to the splash page with her and her friends in the woods.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. Like that's just a boring scene of her with her friends, but I mean, it's such a beautiful just splash page, and the colors are really nice too, man. So I like the artwork. What can I say?
Yeah. His stuff's good. I've only ever seen like he's done covers before, but I don't think I've ever read anything where he did the art. And so this is the first time I've seen him just do the art like the whole way through, and it's like it's real nice.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
So we'll just pick it up we'll go to issue number 2, excuse me. So again, we just see NAOMI there with the guy
number 2,
garage, you know. And she's just pissed off, you know. She's just like she just wants some answers, you know. And the homeboy, the guy from in the garage, his name is D. All right, this guy is gigantic. He was like Kingpin, but he goes by the name of D. And
2 E's, right? 2 E's.
Yeah, 2 E's. D.
So you know, she just wants to know, you know, pretty much, am I adopted and all this stuff? Are you I don't want to do it. Or what day I was adopted and all these good things, you know.
Yeah, like how do you know? Like we said in issue 1, we've never talked before. You don't really know me. How do you know what day I was adopted?
But that's such a touchy subject, though. Can you imagine? Like, you know, myself? I run into someone now that like I found out I was adopted. How do I go to whoever? So you're my parents or whatever? Or that's crazy, dude.
So this, so she, you know, she talks to this D, and he don't want to talk about it. He's like, you know what, get out of here, kid. And he's such a big guy that he picks her up by the head with one hand, and it looks like his hand is taking over her whole face.
Yeah.
It just like tosses out of the garage, like get the heck out of here. And then he runs away, you know, like he gets on his motorcycle and just takes off.
Yeah, I thought something was going to go down when he picked her up. I was like, oh, here we go. Something's going to happen. You know, like either she's going to like, you know, explode or like show off like she's got like something, or like, you know, he realizes he can't pick her up. I was like, oh, I wonder if, you know, this is going to reveal something about her. But then it was just like a big tease, right? Like he throws her out and runs off. I was like, oh, come on.
I guess I got to read more. Damn.
Yep, man. That is very true. The guy's hand is massive. I thought, man. I actually thought he was going to just maybe squash her head, maybe, but maybe not. But anyway, we got John Ryan in the house and Dan Piercy. Thank you guys for joining us. He said D looks like a brick wall with tats. Guy is huge.
Yeah, the dude is huge. What'd you call him? The Kingpin. He looks like Kingpin, man.
Massive.
Massive guy. And like they're not scared. You know, usually you see a guy like that in town with the tats like that. Like some little teenage girl wouldn't just be going up to him and talking to him, especially if you've never talked to this guy before. And she does not care. She wants to find out what's going on, and she'll talk to anybody in town to figure it out.
So then we see here, like, you know, the interaction with her step parents just talking. And the cool thing I like about this was just the hands. You don't see their parents, just the hands and then Naomi's just in the middle of the comic. So I haven't seen the comic. It's just, I think that was pretty dope. Really like that a lot because you see Naomi's just, you know, she's just eating, and her eyes, and that's another the details of the whole book. It was pretty neat.
Yeah, I was having trouble reading the bubbles, and I was like, oh, that's the point, right? Like, she's not really paying attention. It's just background stuff, and I was like, you got me again. You got me.
Because I did it today when I reread it, and I started reading them. I'm like, wait a minute, some of these words are cut off. Oh, that's the point. She doesn't care, and neither really should we. Like, they aren't saying anything that's really important to the story. The story is her in the middle, like really paying it, like trying to think about what she just went through.
Yep.
And that's why they don't really that's why they don't show the parents, you know, in this first page. They just show their hands because they're not important as of yet.
I know.
They're not important yet.
Parents are important, so I mean they should be. So
yeah, Tito's Comics Collectibles. Naomi is a monthly comic. Dan Piercy says it's a 6-issue mini, which I haven't seen yet. So that would be, that's news to me.
Oh, wow, he's dropping news on me too.
There's no way this is wrapping up in 6 issues.
I don't think so.
Not at this rate. Like, there's just no way.
Well, he Bendis did Superman. That was 6 issues.
But so I wonder on that 6th issue, doesn't it say 6-issue mini? Because I know the Batman Who Laughs, it says 6-issue mini. So if this was a 6-issue mini, they would have said right here underneath where it says number 2, like 6-issue miniseries.
Right. And like, this is like a new character, right? So like, I mean, of course they're gonna like probably introduce her somewhere else, but like for a new character, you're still like world building. Like, you can't, like, we're on 3 already, and I still have like tons of questions. So like, unless they wrap everything up the next 3, it's like
they're saying.
I mean, he's not the one. He's not the only one saying it is. So I haven't seen that. That's new.
Wow.
Thank you to everybody.
I did not know that. Wow, even Boat right. Oh,
last two issues are going to be like 60+ pages.
Oh God, man, at $9.99 a pop.
Yeah. I'll wait for the tray back.
So, yeah, she finally has this conversation with her parents about what she just went through with D, and like, do you know who this D mechanic is, and why would he know this? And you know, they're kind of telling her, we don't know him, and he has nothing to do with you. And you know, they're trying to talk her down off this ledge kind of that she's on, as far as, you know, she's going nuts trying to figure this stuff out. And they tell her, you know, what you have to worry about is that you're with a loving family, and we love you, and you're healthy, and everything's okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I wrote them off as just kind of like, oh, these parents, you know, they're like just generic loving parents. Like, they're not really important. Like, I literally wrote them off, and I was like, all right, let's move on. Like, they're just showing like she comes from like a good family, but like not important. So I was like, all right, let's move on.
I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. Like, you know, it's just they love her so much, which we can understand that. But yeah, it's like, all right, let's see what's going to happen next. Just waiting for something to happen.
Yep. Perry Comics says they launched Naomi same week as Young Justice. Maybe they're going to cross paths. I think obviously Perry probably knows more than he's letting on. But I guess I'll kind of get into that after we get into this next issue.
All right. So then we get this nice little spread here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a nice one. I stared at that for at least like 20 minutes.
Right. Because there's so much going on in this page.
There is so much going on.
Well, did you guys like notice that like some of the villains in there were like Flash villains?
Yeah,
because you got like
Boomerang.
Yep, you got Captain Boomerang, and you got like Captain Cold or one of those ice guys.
Yeah, Captain Cold.
So I was kind of like, that's interesting because like I don't remember. I mean, I'm pretty sure Superman has like fought them, but I was like, usually they're not like his rogues gallery, you know?
Well, so, and I wondered about that when I just read it again. I was like, why did they show that? And it's because she looks it up in the next few pages, because she was looking up Superman for some reason, and she found a page, and then her friend calls again. Here we go, back to the friend who's trying to get her back on path. And
interesting.
And the friend says, "Oh yeah, my mom says something about he was at Iron Heights, like she doesn't know what that is." And then Naomi says, "Well, Iron Heights, that's a supervillain prison. I just looked that up with Superman. So it's that splash page is of Superman for some reason breaking through Iron Heights and fighting whoever this villain is."
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. All right. I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like twice already. Like I was expecting like another DC character to show up. You know, like oh maybe Flash will show up at some point. Like there's always like that's probably just me looking into it, but
yeah.
I'm just trying to look at the chat here. Wow.
No, but it's funny how we brought this up with issue 1 and now issue 2. That friend with the pink hair, she keeps coming back when things are going a little crazy for Naomi.
Well,
maybe the whole town's in on it.
Would it be if she has a sister? Can you imagine that?
Well, let's get through Naomi's past first.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
This is guessing. You know, this speculation.
Well, the speculation comes in. Speculation comes in the next page for me, man.
Oh man,
because that next page is this splash page.
Oh yeah,
and this is the one. You know, I was talking to you guys, Rod and Perry, about a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
There's so much going on here, and I was reading online how this, the guy in the middle, that looks like D. That looks like the mechanic.
Sure does.
He just has some type. He has some type of armor on, and if you look at his arm, it looks like he's carrying a baby.
Yep.
Oh, good catch.
Yeah, he looks
Eagle
like
eyes.
No, it's not mine, man. I found it online. I wish I could give the credit to whoever it was, but it wasn't mine. I was reading speculation. Yep. And somebody caught it, and I was like, holy crap, I see it now.
And that's when you did that. I went out to the shop and picked them up.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta get this book.
Dan Piercy says, yeah, some folks think Naomi is Kryptonian, and that's what I was saying. I'm thinking the same thing, that she might be Kryptonian.
What?
Yeah. So in this same page, here we go. We're gonna get into some deep dive in speculation, man. So you see this woman up in the top corner, and it kind of looks like might be Naomi or could be Naomi's mother. And then behind her are these crystals. And they look like the same type of crystals that Superman has in his that fortress that he stays in. So just doing some deep digging speculation here, man. I have no idea, but I have read that too, Dan Piercy, that she could be Kryptonian.
But then that last picture at the end is like, man, look at that. If that really is her, look at that damn dragon.
Yeah, man.
That's some good details, man.
I'm telling you, and like we said, man, not only is the story like it gets you and you want to know more, the artwork is incredible.
That's the thing, There's a bunch of details that stands out alone. Everything they do throughout the whole comic is like, it's engaging. It's like you're looking forward to flipping to the next page to see what's there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fun. I'm glad that they're sticking with the same artist because, as an artist keeps drawing like this, the issue after issue, they get more comfortable, and they get more familiar with like the details and characters and stuff. And like, you'll actually see like the progression of like how they draw the same character, like throughout the whole run. So, right. It's just like when, I remember I read something about like Jim Lee doing the Hush. And he said he showed how like Batman changed from the first issue to the last issue, Like he started out like yoked and like thick, and then by the end he was like trimmed and slim. So I'm curious to see how the artwork's going to change by the end of the run.
I have not read that, actually. You mentioned it. The Hush. I have not read that.
Oh, come on, Rod, man.
Give him a copy. Hey. I'll mail you a copy.
Yo, I'm an old guy getting back in the game, man. Don't forget.
There we go. So, put that one on the list, man. That's a must read.
I know.
It's a must read, brother.
Guys, don't. Hey, I'm gonna get a thumbs down. I'm gonna get 2 thumbs down.
Oh no, man. Actually, you know what? Hey guys, make sure you go and hit that thumbs up for the video. My man Rod the Rican definitely deserves all the thumbs ups.
No, hey, make sure you subscribe to Jeffrey, Edwin, Asian Funk Comics. These guys are amazing. And actually, Edwin, I think you have a sponsor, don't you?
Woo. Oh yeah, man. GrailRewards.com, guys. Go check them out. Awesome opportunity to give to charity and earn grails, slabbed grails, guys. Go check them out. GrailRewards.com. You can the sign up is free. There's videos. Go on YouTube, Grail Rewards, and Jack, one of the owners of the website, he gives awesome videos on like what they're actually doing over there at GrailRewards.com. Go check them out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Congrats to your sponsor, sir. I applaud you, man, because that's we
thank you, sir.
Go
thank
back
you.
And forth, and I hate you, Edwin. It's a lot of fun, We joke around, Edwin. You know how we are, and hey, Mark, you'll see when I start texting you, bothering you. So
I know I'm gonna be like, another one from Rod. Here we go.
Hey man, we just love to have a good time, man. Man, you know how it is, that one. So,
but it's gonna be that. What's up?
That's what I'm saying. We're all part of the family now. We're just gonna have a good time and just bust each other balls every now and then. You still hear me?
Yeah, man, I still hear you, bros.
I thought I hit something wrong here.
Yeah, it got quiet real fast. I was like,
are we not live anymore?
You don't say that.
Well, so just to finish off issue 2, man, by the end of it, she's she gets into the mechanic, into Dee's shop. She breaks in, she's kind of looking around, and she finds a picture. She finds a picture of Dee with hair, right? It's got to be him with hair
and a beard, right?
And a beard, looking a lot younger, no tattoos, and then this woman is with him, and he finally shows up. He's like, "Hey, may I have that, please?" And he says, "I'm offended that you've broken in here." And Naomi says, "Well, who is this? And who am I? And who am I to you?" And he said, "I'm not ready to talk about this." And
who is she?
Yeah, who is she? And who am I to you?
Hey, Edwin, can you go back a couple of pages to the when she's sneaking into the garage? Because those panels of her just sneaking in, like I was like on edge, like.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I was just like there's no dialogue. It's just her like trying to get in, and I was like something like again, like I'm like something's gonna happen. Yeah, and it was just kind of like 4 pages of just no dialogue. And I was like, oh, something big is gonna happen.
And it was cool because like there exactly you said no dialogue, but you see her reaching for the doorknob, and then you see the other picture where it's like her grabbing it. I thought that was like. Stuff like that, I dig so much, man. It's so dope.
Yeah, this is like the artwork, and I was right there with you, Mark. Like she's kind of sneaking around, and you're waiting for it. Like, oh man, am I going to turn this page and something's going to happen, some big monster, something finally, and then it's just D again, and we get more questions, more questions.
Exactly. I was like, okay, here we go. The payoff is coming, and then nope.
Yeah. Nope. We're gonna get more questions.
That's what happens, man.
For sure. So Naomi number 2. I really dug issue 1, and number 2 was just as good.
Yeah, I give this one a 5. This was a 5.
5 for you.
Yeah,
I'm there. I'd probably say the same.
I give this one a 1.
A 1.
No, I'm just messing around. I give it a 5 too, man.
I'm there again, a 4, 4.5. I really enjoyed it, and it made me go out and buy number 3. I definitely wanted to know who the hell is D the mechanic, and what are you to Naomi?
Yeah, I read this one today, but not today, but I read it yesterday at work. So I was fine with it. I got kind of lost in between. I got busy at work, so I'm gonna need some help here. At the end, I need your opinion about something here, but yeah. So let me see here. Mark, you start off with this one.
Issue 3.
Yes, sir.
Let me pull it up.
My dog real quick.
What's going on here?
Let's see, issue number 3.
Okay. Yep, another Jamal Campbell. Pull it up here.
Okay.
Hey, so we had Comic Head 84 show up, say what's up, homies. What's up, Kenny? And Tito's Comics. Somewhere in here, people started talking about Puerto Rican food, Midwest comic man. Carolina Chris says, how many of y'all thought that the woman in the picture was actually her mother? I really thought so, because the look, she looked like the same person. It looked just like a grown-up Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
Holy smokes. Did I just ruin the book? Is that a grown-up Naomi?
That's weird that they would show that so early, why would they think that we wouldn't think that?
So oh man, I think I just exploded my head thinking about that. Because what if, because so in issue 3, okay, D talks about how he's one of these Thanagarian Prime, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah, it's like some kind of they're part of an elite secret SWAT team. They're like a undercover task force that are sent out to do whatever, right? They're not even clear on if it's good or bad. They're just they're given a task that's that can be done undercover.
Right. So they're from the same planet, I'd imagine, as Hawkman. Hawkman and Hawkgirl. Thanagar. Thanagar. So they're Thanagarian Prime. They're part of the elite secret force.
But they do have those little badges. That's what I was taking it from.
So it looks like this D is he's from the same race or same planet as Hawkman.
I mean, that's the way I'm taking it. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. So
where's his wings, huh?
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have. It doesn't. Oh yeah, they do show. If you
did he have wings in the?
Yeah, if you look at this page, he has wings behind him. He's got the wings.
Okay.
But I can't see if the woman that's next to him has any wings. But it looks like it might have been just their the armor that they wore had the wings behind them.
Doesn't look like she has any though. But
I'm not sure, but yeah. So he kind of gives that background on who he was and who this woman was, and they're trying to get to Earth, and they go through this portal,
mm-hmm,
and the woman gets shot. Right, because they're running. Yeah, they're running. Brutal, they're trying to run away.
I mean,
him falling through that portal by himself and then leaving her behind felt kind of I don't know if you guys you've watched the Harry Potter movies, the one where Sirius Black falls into the mirror. That's a little Harry Potter reference there. I don't know if anyone picks up on that.
You're giving spoilers, Mark. You're giving spoilers. The spoilers, man. Spoiler alert to anybody that hasn't seen Harry Potter.
Yeah, sorry.
I saw one, and that was it, part one, and that was the only one I seen. So,
oh man,
but it was pretty dope about these, the artwork. We talk about the artwork, and we see how he's falling down from the sky, and then you see everything is closed up. I think, and he's just yelling. I was so freaking badass, man. And then he's just here, I'm just in the bottom himself. So.
Yeah, that panel where like the light's closing, like, and it's just like, the portal's closing, the light, the beam of light is getting smaller. Like, yeah, that was real nice.
And it's like right on his face. So like, he's looking up and he can still see that portal, and then it just closes up. And then you see as he kind of, the very last part, that very last page, you see him kind of huddle, scrunched down on the floor, and like he's defeated.
He's dead smack in his eyes too. The light is just hitting right in the eyes.
Yeah, I'm like, it's funny because like the last panel, right? It's just him like on the ground by himself, and then the next one it goes back to the present day, right? Because it's a flashback, and I'm just like, I'm waiting for that one issue where they explain how he becomes a mechanic in this town.
Yeah.
Good point.
I was just like, are you ever going to explain to me how like you just became the one mechanic? Like, how did you learn how to fix cars if you're not even from here? Like, are you even fixing cars? Like, what? I want the explanation. That's the thing about like, I got another question, but you're not going to answer it until like issue whatever,
It'll be issue 6. It's going to be called.
If they answer it at all, man, this is comic books. They just throw things out there and don't expect people to really think about it sometimes.
But it's true though. It's like the whole time we see this guy, a mechanic, and it's like, all right, this is crazy, man. So then, we just see this whole interaction with NAOMI and the mechanic, and it's just a little upset there. But then we have, oh man, I didn't see this coming. Did you guys see this coming?
No.
Nope.
Like no, not at all.
Nope.
Like when I saw this good Lord, when I read it, and they're talking, and then they get interrupted, and it says "Good Lord," kind of like in bold letters, like somebody's yelling it. And I turned the page. I'm like, who the heck could this be? Bam! It's the mom, and Naomi's mom is pissed.
Well, it's weird because like I wasn't even sure if it was the mom. I didn't even know who it was at first because like I wasn't really paying attention to what the mom looked like in like the previous issue. Like I just wrote them off as like generic character, but then I was like, oh, I had to go back and be like, oh, that is the mom, like, just to make sure.
Right, and her mom's not happy. She's like, we're getting out of here, we're leaving. And I mean, she's so pissed off that she slaps this big old dude that we're calling the Kingpin.
But before the slap, though, I just this one part here, this one picture. That picture right here, did she swing and went through him? Because I was like, wait a minute, he's just taking it. So
I think she was just hitting stuff next to him.
Oh,
that's what I
say.
With that, right? Like
bat.
Freaking invisible.
Because he doesn't even look like, like the bat would have broke if she hit him with it. I'm pretty sure, but he's just there. So I'm thinking she was just trying to like teach him a lesson. Like, you're not doing what I told you to do. But yeah, I was kind of like, and also when she slapped him, I was like, is she like that strong, or is he just like taking it from her because he like follows what she says? Like, it's unclear.
Yeah, it was just it's crazy, man. I just like she just smacked the crap out of him, or he's invisible. I thought he was invisible. I'll be honest with you guys. Then, yeah, and she smacks him like everyone said. I was like, oh crap, man! Wait a minute.
So if you read it, the mom tells him that we had a deal, an honor code. Tell me again about your God Almighty honor code. So obviously he wasn't supposed to tell NAOMI about any of this because her parents and him, they had a deal. So they didn't really get into what that deal was. Of course, it's probably, you know, you're not supposed to say any of this, but they never really say.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
another question.
Another question. Write it down, guys. Carolina Chris says, yo, when she slapped the mechanic, I was thinking to myself, who is Naomi's foster mom, really? Yep.
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 So every time we go through the books now, we go, yep.
For sure.
Man, dude, that's a good one. Yep.
Yeah, she looks intense. I'm shocked at like, oh, okay. Like she's done some stuff.
And then so they had this whole interaction in the car, you know, which is it's kind of and she's still holding on to that damn bat. And I'm just saying to myself, man, what's gonna happen now, you know? And homeboy's just driving, just everything is just great. But Naomi's just saying, you know, she's pissed off. You know, guys can just speak. You know,
right? Tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
Tell me why won't you say nothing? But they don't really want to say anything to her.
Mm-hmm.
At least not yet.
And then they go to this dark road, and that's that road right there.
Yep.
Right up top. And this is where things get pretty interesting, actually. I mean, there's no other way to put it. So, you know, so the stepdad, you know, wants to tell her something, you know, come out the car, bring your phone out, and then bring the flashlight. You know, I got to show you something. Mm-hmm. And everything is pretty neat from here. I mean, what do you think, Ed?
Well, you know, it's funny that they made the dad. Well, they made the mom the more dominant figure when it came to Dee and the mechanic. But then when it comes to this talk that they're supposed to have, the mom stays in the car and she's like, this is something that you and your dad have to talk about because I'm, you know, it's not me. I'm not part of this.
Yeah. Look what John Ryan said. He said, just read my copy of issue 3 while watching you guys. Wow. Now I can't wait to issue 4.
Issue 4.
And yep.
You got to wait a whole month.
Yeah. A whole dang month, man.
Yeah. At least it's a month. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you know, like the whole like drive through the woods and then walking through the wood, like all that stuff reminded me again of like her sneaking into the garage. Like I was just like here we go, they're going somewhere and then something's gonna happen. Like I was just like, I can't take the suspense, you know. Like you know, it's like that slow build up, and then you're just like, okay. You just keep reading because, you know, like the dad keeps saying the same stuff. Like, we care about you. We love you. We did this for your own good. And I'm like, okay, you're not saying anything. You're like, let's get to it already, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But I ain't going to lie, though. As I was reading it, I just like kind of turned the pages like this. I was like, just wanted to sneak, but all I got were advertisements. I was like, oh.
Because they knew you were going to do that.
You didn't want to ruin it for yourself, man.
I know,
you don't want to ruin it.
It's just, I mean, that's what happens. This book is so good. Where it's like, I just wanted to peek, you know, a little spoilers somewhere, and yeah, but you gotta wait to the very end, which was a shocker. So I didn't see that coming.
Which, you know, Naomi doesn't even really know what to think about it. Like, why are you walking me out into this dark forest? You know, what's going on? You're always talking about these horror movies with clowns. And then the dad said, so, you know, I changed all these diapers and did all of this when you were sick. So I could murder you in this cave? Yeah. You know, this, you know, now. So, you know, he says, I'm here to protect you. I'm going to protect you.
But she's like, Mom, you know, just like, where are you? And she's like looking at her the whole time. But that one shot right here, where her dad is, or her stepdad dad is reaching for her, and she's just, I love that shot right there. That thing was so cool, man. And then right there. Those are the things I like about this whole book.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead, Mark. Tell us how does this issue end?
End it off, brother.
So all right. So finally, the dad's like going to this cave, and he's like, "I got something to show you." And it's like he pulls out this, I don't know, some kind of like orb, and I'm like, "Oh, is he like a robot or something?" You know, that's what you think, right? Because it's like a mechanical ball. He turns it on, and it's just like it lights up, and then I guess it like reveals some sort of spaceship. Like, and you realize that the ball he was carrying is kind of like an activator, like a controller, right? To turn on, it's like a key to turn on the ship. And then, you know, they reveal that the dad is not from town. He's actually like so yeah. And this kind of ties into like what I would rate this issue too, right? Like, I wasn't sure if I understood what he was. Like, they don't tell you. He's just like in like a suit, like a space suit. So, you know, he's not from around here.
Mm-hmm.
And of course that's how it ends, right? It's just like, you know, like, this is just the beginning. You know, obviously more questions, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's like, I liked it and I didn't like it. Like, I liked that it was kind of like a reversal, right? Like, he wasn't like, "Oh, you're from another planet," kind of like Superman. It was like, "Oh, I'm from another planet." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I like that. I like that, like, role reversal reveal." But at the same time, it's like, you're still waiting to find out more about like Naomi, like what's special about her. So like, in a way, I was kind of like let down a little bit. Because I want to know what's up.
His outfit. I mean, really? Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
I like how
really?
he's got the dad gut. I love it.
Yes, right. Okay, I was just thinking that when I looked at it.
I'm like, really? That's the finale. This dad dressed like that and his
yeah. He totally has the dad bod.
I'm like, really? I was so happy to get to the end. Like, I'm disappointed.
So as much as I enjoyed issue 1, 2, and like the first 3/4 of number 3, once they got to like these last 3 pages, you know, the spaceship, it looks cool, and this whole splash page looks really awesome. And then you get to that last page, and you got a dad bod. You got a dude in a dad bod with this cheesy looking space outfit.
Like a freaking, I don't know what the heck that is.
Like,
man.
but what he says is what gets you though. And he says, you know, it's the one that I came in, and that's just pumpkin. That's just the beginning. So holy crap! Now I have more questions.
And he's gonna come out with another purple outfit, probably.
Well, so does also, so a question, right? So is the mom also from another planet, like, or is she not?
That's the thing. Why she's still in the car? That's the question. Why she's still in the car and she put her head down?
Like, is she like, I'm actually human, and this, like, I'm not a part of this, or I'm also part of it, but I'm not gonna, like, I'm not the one to show you. Like, so I'm like, is the mom also from outer space?
Yeah, I mean, who knows, man? I mean, maybe they're like, I don't know, take over people's bodies. Who the heck knows right about now?
And this totally could be a town, like we said, like the Truman Show, where it's so super small that everybody in the town is an actor, and they're all trying to keep Naomi, you know, blindfolded to what really is going on.
Let me give a quick shout out here to I don't know if we did, Bodega Comics. What's up, brother? And if we did give a shout out to Manny, the comic collector, I'll give you another one, sir.
Yeah, Manny says I passed on Naomi, but he said he skimmed through issue 3 and it hooked him. Was fortunate to find 2 copies of issue 1 and cover B for cover price. Congratulations!
Oh, nice. Man, wow, good for you.
Congratulations. Yeah, Logan Torres says I believe her mother is human, and it, you know, she very well could be. We have no idea. But I know I have seen the covers to the next 3 issues. I think it's up, you know, up to issue 6. I've seen the covers. So you do see Naomi in an armor, right? So it looks like at some point she does have abilities. Something's gonna happen.
Spoiler
alert. Perry earlier. Spoiler alert for sure, guys. Here it goes. So Perry earlier was talking about how she could be part of Young Justice. But if you look at the cover to issue, I want to say it's 6. She's right in the center, and then around her are the other characters of Young Justice. So you see Superboy, and you see the Kid Flash, and everybody else that's on that team. So maybe she is joining Young Justice.
Well, thanks for the shout out, Carolina Chris. You gave a shout out to all of us guys, man.
Woo. Thank you.
Comics. Hey, don't forget my homeboy, Asian Funk Comics.
For sure.
Check his channel out for sure, man. So, Edwin, you picked up any other books you want to share? Mark, did you pick up any books you want to share? And this is how we do right now. You can show off what you picked up and just
my man. You're making me go through my stuff, huh?
You can do it, bro.
Now you can go ahead, Edwin.
So yesterday, during a break from my class, I went by a local comic shop, and I'm always looking for this DC Universe logo. So I found what is this? Robin number 9, a DC Universe logo.
I'm always looking for those, man. For
Dude,
you, bro.
Green Lantern 52, DC Universe logo, and then I made a trade with my buddy Alan. He had this one, Green Lantern 48, DC Universe logo, man. That's our first appearance of Kyle Rayner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, first appearance in DC. That logo, man. I'm always on the hunt for those, man.
I'm looking for them. If I find it, I'll send it to you. But I can't find them here. I'm just striking out big time.
What you got, Mark?
I only got one book, but it ties into kind of what we were talking about with Naomi. So this is a Black Panther #1, if you can see it. This cover, it's the Oakland variant, because there's a local comic book shop here, and so Jamal Campbell, who did the cover for Naomi and also all the art, did the cover for this. And this is the first time I'd heard of him, and so that's why I was like, once they told me, oh, Jamal Campbell did Naomi, I was like, oh, okay. I better go check it out then. But yeah, so that's kind of what I got. And it's kind of like a weird, like a pseudo virgin variant. Like it's got the name of the comic shop at the top, but then it's like basically just clean. And it's like, this is the second printing actually, not even the first one. The first one had like barcode and then like the Black Panther logo at the top. So this one, the second printing to me is like way nicer. So I was like, I'll pick it up. They had like extras, so I was like, I'll get that for like $2.
That's pretty dope.
So I looked up Jamal Campbell right now, just covers, and this guy has some amazing covers.
Yep.
I guess he had never really been on my radar. I never really heard of him before, but I'm gonna have to start hunting.
Yeah, he's been around. It's just like he does good work, but then it's not like he doesn't get like the coverage or like the, people aren't always like being like, oh, this is the best ever. But he does, like, his work is solid, especially like with Power Rangers and stuff. He's done a lot of Power Ranger covers.
I can dig that. Rican, what'd you pick up, man? Anything?
I got a few. I haven't read them, but man. Where do I start? Because I know you're a fan of Sharky all of a sudden.
Ooh, yeah, Sharky's good. I like that.
Hey, Mark, you've been reading.
Never heard of Sharky.
Man. Ooh. Hey, you might want to, because Netflix, buddy.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a fun read. It's very fun to read, and he has a pretty cool ice cream truck. That's all I gotta say.
Who's the publisher for that? Is it like, is that DC or who's Image? Okay,
Image. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, dude. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Biggie Shaq. He says Jay Brown has a ton of those DCUs. I'm always on the hunt for DC Universe logos, man. Gives me something to really look for when I go out hunting.
And then I picked up, of course, Hope Marines.
Oh yeah, that's the B cover, right?
This is the B cover.
Yeah, Perry Comics was all over that one.
Yeah, and I'm like kind of surprised because there were so many issue ones still on the stand, and I was like, should I pick up a couple more? And I was like, nah, I got my one copy, but
yeah, I'm still not sure if I like the name Hulk Marines. Like I'm still kind of torn. Like it's cool, but like it just doesn't like flow. Hulk Marine, like I feel like I gotta try to say it.
Yeah, it gets you a little tongue tied, especially if you're Spanish. Like I want to like trying to pronounce it in Spanish.
Joverines.
Okay. It sounds way cooler. It sounds way cooler like that.
Joverines.
I'm gonna start calling it that from now on. Like my comic book shop's not gonna know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't think we got that one. I'm like, all right.
Joverines, did you get it?
This is not Puerto Rico, man. Yo,
holy smokes, man!
We just started something, yo. But I did pick up that Shazam like you did, yo.
Oh, that's nice copy.
Dude, I had to get that Jim Lee variant. That movie was so good. I'm hooked now.
Yo, you know what they're saying is better than Captain Marvel.
Yeah, this last Saturday they had, or last week Saturday they had a early preview of it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I was like, that movie doesn't come out till like next week. Like,
yeah, they had a one night early preview. So I checked it out, nice, man. The theater was sold out. Everybody was hyped for it.
And
it was really good.
Of course, I had to pick this one up because Edwin was like, if you read this one, you need to get the second one. And I don't read Star Wars, but geez, this guy, man, he got me hooked on this Darth Vader, Dark Vision. Yo, this is the first one was epic. And I just, man, look at that cover, man. Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited to read this, so I can't wait, man.
That's a nice cover. Like you can tell, like, you can like tell what kind of cover it is from a distance. Like I like it when you can just automatically tell from afar. Like it's so like iconic, like the silhouette.
Yeah,
right.
It was really good. And then
Vader is such a badass, villain. You know exactly in your head when somebody says Darth Vader, you know what he looks like and you know what he sounds like, without even having to see him at all. Without just somebody says Darth Vader, and you already get the picture in your head.
But that first book, it was just so good, dude. And it just falls down. Well, oh man, we can't.
Hey, don't spoil it for nobody, man.
Hey,
I haven't read it.
Next week, we can talk about Vader.
Hey, Biggie Shaq. I don't think I have any Aquaman DC logo variants. I haven't found any yet. And who did the cover for that? Yeah, Carolina Chris is asking who did the cover for that Darth Vader book, Rod?
I was wondering the same thing.
I'll tell you right now, guys. Let's check it out here real quick. All right, so the cover was done by Greg Smallwood. Smallwood. There it is. All right.
That sounds like a name I've heard before.
I mean, it does sound familiar. And it says Geraldo Sandoval and David Carell, variant cover artists. So they did this is the variant. No, it's not. It's not the variant. But Greg Smallwood did the cover art here.
Does he have a signature on the cover? Like, what does the signature look like? Just curious, because maybe I've seen his signature, but I didn't know what the name was.
There's no signature on it.
Oh.
No signature.
It looks like he's been doing a lot of these Punisher, the Punisher that have been coming out here recently. He's been doing a lot of those covers. Greg Small.
Oh, like the most recent Punisher ones?
Yeah, I think it looks like it's the most recent one.
And I should know that because I am reading Punisher.
And I got to do some investigating.
Let me grab a punch.
Yeah, do some. Manny the Comic Collector, did you guys pick up Detective Comics 1000 Alex Ross? I'm going to show you the one and only copy of Detective Comics 1000 I picked up, and that is the midnight release variant. That is it. I could, as much as I love Batman and Detective Comics, I said $9.99. I'm going to pick one up, and that's going to be it.
Hey, Greg Smallwood is doing.
Yeah, Punisher, right?
Yep.
You're right.
Yep. I've seen his stuff, and it's good. The one with the Venom and Punisher, that's the one I remember seeing. I don't know if you have that one, Rod.
I have to double check. That's good. Very good observation, sir.
Very nice. Well, Rod, I don't have anything else, man. You got anything else for me?
That is pretty much what I have. And I think we have to thank one more time everyone for joining us in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us, joining Edwin, joining Asian Funk Comics, Mr. Mark, and myself. We appreciate you. Asian Funk, you the special guest. You want to plug your channel real quick here if you want? It's up to you, brother.
Oh, wow. It's a lot of pressure, but I mean, if you're into comics, you want to see what else is out there. Give Asian Funk Comics on YouTube and Instagram. Give it a look. Hopefully you'll like what you see, and if you do, then subscribe.
Yeah, I like it, so that's why I followed it.
For sure, man. Go check out the last video he did about going to Austin for South by Southwest and finding he found some grails. To me, you found some grails out there, man. Awesome books in Austin.
Oh yeah, I think I got really lucky. Wasn't, like I said, I wasn't even like looking for anything. I always just like to kind of see what shops have, but they had just like key book after key book, and I was like, wow, I'm gonna be broke after this trip. So yeah,
it's just how
it was
how
good.
it is sometimes. Yeah, that's how it is sometimes, man. You just get lucky.
I know it's like all or nothing, right? You buy like a ton or you don't buy anything at all. So no, it was good. It was a good time.
All right. With that being said, hey guys, thanks Ed. As always, thank you for helping me here, Mr. Mark. And with that being said, I'll say good night to all and be safe, like I always do.
Peace out, everybody. See you next time.
Later. Thanks for having me.
Good night.
Thank you, Mark.